there's some instructions up here. Now I know what they already say, so I'm not going to bother reading them, but you should make sure you read the instructions carefully, right?
Yeah.
But the first thing is to enter your name. Okay, so I'm going to put in my name.
Right.
Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to make up a little value there.
Right.
And then I just need to put in all these formulas. Okay, and the formulas are kind of given to you here. So here I'm going to take my future value minus the principal. Well, what is the principal? That's here, right? So first I need to compute the future value. Okay, so that's going to be, so to compute stuff, you put an equal sign, then I need P plus P times, right, R, okay, and then times and T, right? So that's
Right.
the basic formula.
Yes.
So there's my future value like that. Now I don't want to type all, you never want to type in everything in all these cells, right? So I don't want to do that. So here we got to think a little bit. So we look at this formula, and notice when I click on it up here, it actually highlights the various pieces, right? And what needs to stay fixed is this P and this R,
right?
And this T should change, right?
Yes.
And so the P is in cell A20, so A22 and B22. So these right here, I'm going to put dollar signs.
Yeah, that's where you put the dollar signs.
And I'm only going to drag this down, so I could just put a dollar sign around the 22. I could put it around the A2. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to drag it left or right. So
okay,
I could put both, but it's the 22 that's important. And I think the C22 is not important, but the B, yeah, oh yeah, this one is important. Yeah, that one's important, right? And I'll go ahead and put it around both. Why not? So there's a bunch. So now that's right. But now when I drag it down, it'll do the right thing, right?
Right.
Okay. And here, some similar. I'm going to do my future value, which is there, minus the principal, which is there. And again, this one I want to stay. I don't want it to change. So I'm going to put those dollar sign there. Right?
Okay.
Okay. And so after 0 years, I've made no principal, but that makes sense. This is just my starting amount, right? Where time equals 0.
Wait, right here where you did total interest earned, where do you get the future value at?
Well, it's right here. This is the future value.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing, right? For the case of simple interest, right?
Oh.
And over here for the case of compound interest, it's this formula. Right? So over here, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to put in this formula.
Okay.
All right. And so here we're going to have P times 1 plus n R, right? And then raised to the T, right? And again, I want this one to not change, and I want this one to not change.
Okay.
All right. And again, this is just the same formula as before. This is just my future value minus my principal. And so again, I want that A22, I want a dollar sign there. Okay. And now we're good to go. Go ahead.
So what do you do with the simple and the compound interest at the top? It says copy the exact.
Yep, we're not there yet. So first I need to fill out this table. Okay, so now it's easy. So actually, see that little square there? It's a little hard to see because it's small, but I can put my mouse there and double click on it, and it's just everything's done, right? So that's so I wrote out 4 formulas and made one double click.
Okay, you did it for all 4 at one time.
Yep.
I didn't do that. I just did each one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not too bad as long as you're still using these dollar signs, right? But if you're typing in every formula, that's bad, right?
Yeah.
And it's bad for lots of reasons. I mean, one reason is a lot of work, right? But the other reason it's bad is you're bound to make mistakes. If I type in every one of these formulas, you're going to make mistakes.
Right.
So the reason for doing this isn't just to make it easy for you, it's to minimize the number of errors you make, right? That's really the reason, right? Okay, and this has a nice little graph here. Learning how to read graphs is important too, right? So we can see here that if I do the compound interest, maybe I should have this one called compound. I should change the names here actually. So this should be called compound interest. This should be, or this is the interest when you're doing the compounding, right? And this is the interest you're earning when you're doing simple interest, right? Okay, and so you can see that at the beginning they're pretty close. They're pretty similar, right?
Right.
But as time goes, now these are years, so 60 years is a long time, right, to invest money. But over the long run, right, the compound interest gives you a much better return, right, than the simple interest, right? So basically, if you're just investing money for a little bit of time, it doesn't matter that much. But if you're doing it for a long time, then it's good to have this compounding.
Okay.
And banks know that, right? That's why you have compounding on your mortgage loans and things like that.
Yes.
Okay, now your question was, what do I do here, right? Playing around with this. So let's do the simple interest one, right? So I want to focus on this cells. I'll go ahead and highlight them. I want to focus on that cell and that cell, right? Because this is at 10 years. Okay. And my goal is to see how much money I need to put in order to get $10,000 here. Okay. So this is just kind of playing. So I'm going to put a number in here. I'm going to put in 5,000. I'd say put in half. Okay. And to make it easy on myself, I'm just going to put equal and I'm going to copy that number. Okay. So now when I change this number up here, that one will change automatically, right?
Wow.
So 5,000 is not enough, right? So let's see what happens if I put in 6,000. So I'm going to change that to a 6, right? Still not enough.
Still not enough.
Close. Let me put it in. So I'm 300 below. So I don't need to put in 300, but let me try 200. Okay, so that that gets me above 10,000. But now in the instructions, all right, let me find where I ask it. I ask you to find here we go. Can I click in there? Oh, I gotta unlock the sheet. Now I'm getting stuck by all the stuff I do to you guys. Okay, so let me unprotect it and all that stuff. Okay, now I can highlight what I was trying to highlight. So here, is gonna let me do it or not? There we go. Right, I want the least value of P in whole dollars.
Okay.
Right, that gets me above 10,000, right? So I'm close here. Now I'm going to start playing with this. So 6,200 is a little more than I need. So I'm going to just try 6,150. That's a little bit too low, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see it now. This just becomes a game. I'm going to try 6175. Okay, that's a little too much, but we're really close, right?
Yes.
So let me try 6170. That's still maybe too much. So let's try 6168. I'm not gonna go down 5. Let me try 61. Oops. 6168. Oops, I did the wrong thing here. 68. Ooh, okay, that's pretty close. Okay. But you get this game. So 6167. That's too low. Okay, so that just went below, right? So I'm not saying get as close as possible. This is closer. Right. This is closer than our other one, but it's too low. I want to get above 10,000. So I'm going to do 6168. That's as small as I can get. And then what I said is I want the exact value here, right? The exact future value. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy. Okay. But when I come up here, I'm going to paste just the value. You see where this 1, 2, 3 is?
Yes.
So I'm not going to paste the formula. I'm going to paste the value. Whoops, go away. What's it doing to me? Now what's it doing? Stop. There, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
My computer was acting weird there, but there you go, right? And so I'm going to paste that exact value. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing for compound. So now so that was all looking at this, right? That was all simple interest, right? Now we're going to do the same thing for compound interest, right? So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to, I'm going to do this. I will start at 5,000 again, right? And so now, so this was pointing, right? This is equal to E16. That's pointing there. I'm going to change it to equal to E17. Right. Okay. By the way, you see the virtue of making the tables so that we're using cell references, right? So I can change these things and all this stuff changes. The graph changes, everything changes, right? By just changing this one formula, right?
Right.
And then you're going to do the same thing, right? So you're going to go play with this until this gets just over 10,000, right? And then you'll record the value you get, right? So that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
Does that help?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that helps.
And then after you've done that, you also are going to remember to answer this question here. So you're going to notice what do you think you'll notice? Do you think you're going to earn money? I mean, you can look at the graph, right? Right. What can you tell me about, what's the advantage of using compound interest to simple interest?
You earn more with compound interest.
You earn
right?
more. Yeah.
More
I mean,
interest.
yeah. So that's what you want to notice, right? So you want to write that
Okay.
here. And that's it, right? And now that we did this, I may actually take this and use it for a new video, since this is for the new sheet. Cool. That's how I get my videos. Sometimes I just use my office hour meetings. Good.
Okay, I understand now.
Excellent. Awesome. Okay.